On to our next talk. We have Jože Hladnik, and he's going to tell us about Python for financial data. He's going to tell us about stocks, crypto, technical analysis, trading, strategy testing, and all in Python. I hope I can make some money out of this.
Yeah, I'm learning this. It's an interesting topic, and as the question was before, if this meetup is for beginners, and I'm an old beginner, I was just so much in the programming in the Python, so that I could follow Nate's approximately, so I can say that I will maybe use it one day somewhere because I know what it's about. But okay. I'm a scientist, and I'm learning now to be a data scientist. So I started with Python. Coincidentally, I was reading some interesting article with machine vision. There was recording orchards, like you see here in Wimbek, so that we are doing in our research, we count the fruits, we count the flowers, and we count, evaluate some measures. And I was then exploring how it's done this machine vision, and I come across this Colmap library, and I saw there an description that is inside C++. And then a wrapper with Python. So I was then interested. Okay, C++ not. I'm not a programmer. I don't want to be a really programmer, but Python maybe. So I started to learn, and also this OpenCV. This is really interesting pile of every machine vision things. But in my daily work, I was using. I'm using Python for data analysis, so for scientific data to collect, and I make a graphs, statistical analysis. But in meantime, I was come across one friend introduced me to Aurora Prime. This is one forex trading robots, and they are selling like a contract that you get this robot on the MetaTrader, on the VPN. So interesting. I was following this, but I'll show my data. You see, okay, I created one dashboard where is my trades and my how I lost money. So how I did this with this MetaTrader, and this first part was with this robot. I used it with just small amount of money. But I set it this robot too aggressively, so I broke it. But afterward, I have to small screen, and then I did it manually in this application only, and I figured out one strategy that was working for me. But then I saw that it was too much open, so I waited, and then I started again because all of the trade was closed successfully. So I started doing manually, and I was again too aggressive, and I lost all the money. So, but with this is trading is risky. You have to know it when you're opening account by these forex brokers. It's there stated that more than 75% of all investors lose their money. So I was one of those. But like Python interest, I wanted to do it with Python so that I could do this strategy that I was using with some security measures in it. But purely for now, for try to get to learn some more about Python. Okay, And let's go to the notebooks I created in the meantime. I'm using Anaconda, as you see below. And with Anaconda, you create environments and you create with Jupyter notebooks. So for the beginners, I really recommend this way to go. It's really, you can start coding directly from the codes that are available on GitHub or in the Stack Overflow and so on. Okay, we use Pandas and NumPy as data management and Binance as source of the data. They have free for testing demo account you create. I didn't hide my demo account, so but you please use your own when you are copying this. We create a client, and with this client, we request data for Bitcoin, USD exchange for 2 hourly from last December. And then we create a data frame for Pandas so that we get human readable. So let's run this code and let's run this so that we get fresh data. And when it's done, it prints out the length. So we get 3,800 lines of code. And this data frame have those columns. So we have this open time, and the candlesticks are always used for any financial markets. When it's open position, there's highest and lowest and the close position. So this data is all retrieved from Binance, so that you can. It's really good source of the data, and you can also ping it live. So for the last time, okay, here we configure the time frame so that we get human readable, and I created the year and month for one graph below. You have to create, give the float data type for those columns that we want to use. And I was using the Plotly Express to present those data that we just downloaded. This is actually JavaScript library that they have this also wrapper for R and Python and also other languages. It's used also on the, okay, you can search it, Google it out. So we create, run this data. I did open price on the time scale. Okay, so I used Slovenian and colored by volume of trades in this time. So you see that more yellowish are more trades with higher volume, times with higher volume. So it's mostly the bigger change when it's higher volume. Anyway, okay, another graph. Just for this data, I was interested when you're trying to do some strategy. I wanted to look how it was in the past. So I created this graph, and then okay, let's go to analysis. Simple moving average is one strategy that's often used as decision-making basis, and also for algorithmic trading is one of the bases. So it's calculated rolling average over the given period, and we follow two different so that we have these crossovers, and I will show on the following slides or as the notebooks. Okay, we just print out those information. These are I retrieved it from the internet. The idea in the beginning of this notebook is also the source available, but here are manually calculated those indicators, and we printed out just like this. Just that would be an overview. Simply is presenting of simple moving average with Plotly, and here I can explain a bit what simply moving average is actually about. We have a slow, short period and long period. This one is for 5. I mean, last 5 trade these candlesticks, and another is for 35 in this case. But idea is that when the short period is above the long period, you buy and hold. So if we buy here, then we sell here when it's already dropping, then we would make a profit. But there are other cases when also this here, for example, if we strictly follow this strategy, we would lose money here quite substantially. So we always with some delay, we can make a trade really. Another is strategy is how it's relative strength index, and I created here just output that is following the last for different periods. I have here printed out. I calculated for different periods of the last time. I named it. It's wrong now that I was using. I would have to have minute interval. I was using another now for longer period, just because I was shortening it down, because to download the data it could take too long. But this strategy I was actually using for manual trading. If you see, I was using an application that is showing relative strength index for different intervals: 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, 1 day. And these are then signals for buying and or selling, because for difference for other stocks and this Bitcoin and so on, by forex you are betting also for short period that it will go down, and you have this lots and all of these pips and so on, these expressions. But when you say that it will go down, you also can make money, and when you buy here and sell here, you make money. And this relative strength index is actually showing you that when it's oversold and overbought market. So if it crosses below the 30, it goes from 0 to 100, and if it's below 30. Calculation, then you buy it, and when it go to baseline in the middle, you sell it. So in this case here, if you go buy somewhere here and sell somewhere here, you have made money. But if you would do the same here, buy here and then sell here, you see, you lose money actually. But these are indicators, and I was doing just several of this. When I said there is 4 of these periods is saying buy, I was putting a buy order, and I said didn't say this I just said that when it sell, I didn't say that when it how it's called, that when it when you lose money, when you stop loss, that you don't go further in the depth. Okay. There are the libraries that are doing all of this stuff for you, and one of them is FastQuant, and it's simplify getting the stock data from Yahoo Finances, and then you just import get stock data. You specify the code of the stock, and you run it. And okay, here's print just head of this data. It gives you you can still specify from which time to which from which day to which date. You can there are all of these codes available. And then you have back test to test the strategies, and this here you specify that you back test simply moving average for, okay, I created this would be data frame with simply moving average with fast period 11 and short period slow period, as fast and slow is called in this, and we plot the results here. And if we run this, we have invested here 100,000, and in the end we made 85% from this. And here is also, okay, I will open it another. So here is this strategy for this data that we retrieved from Yahoo Finances for one of the stocks, and it shows you when it bought and when it sold, both, and here sold. So you can see that here is make profit, but here we lost money. So it shows you this strategy. If we changed here in this call, we change different period, we would get different results. And this library also have relative strength index, also some other strategies, and by relative strength index you define the period, how for which period is calculating this relative strength index 1 to 100, and you set the limits, and yeah, again display out what is the profit. Here was only 16% with the stock in this period. Okay, here we didn't get output of the graph. Another library is technical analysis library, TALIB. It's just here the display of all of the functions that are available. We have many different indexes that you just call by name, and you specify how which periods, for example, for relative strength index. There's many of pattern recognition available here, like Morningstar and whatever they are called. So you can get this pattern that they are recognizing how the graph is going, and if it will go up or down, you get some insights from this, and you could use it when creating trading strategies you want to test and apply in your. So we run this again and run. Get the data from Finances. We create a function that calculate this different some more columns in our data frame. won't go through here again all of these that was using before. Okay, and we can calculate with the technical analysis library simple moving average. We take close positions and time period of 14, and it gives you save it in the, you can save it to it also to data frame, or but it can directly display it out. So this is very often used library for when you're creating some trading strategy. So there is another library, there's backtesting, and it's also for, as name say, for backtest the strategies. And here you can manually create a simple strategy that you define it like function. So you here is in class. And from then you call this backtest library. You specify your data frame. Here we load it from the backtest data directly Google data. Then you specify this trading strategy that you created, and then starting cash, commission on the trade if it's applicable, and so on. And then you run it and you get information about final. Okay, we started with 1,000 and we get 6,000 out. Okay, and I was combining this with FastQuant to get real data from Google for another period, and you get live data, and we again applied this strategy in this with this library, and for this period we final, okay, we got okay, it was 10,000. We lost money with this strategy. So this is shortly. I unfortunately didn't come much further because I wanted to go for forex broker, and I didn't for now find a really nice, useful broker. So I hope I wake some enthusiastic questions from you, and you join me with this. For me, it's playing around, but yeah, welcome with the question. Thank you.
All right, super cool, Jože. Trading.
Just jump in.
Question, Nate.
It's not a question. It's just finances are a bit tricky subject. So I'm gonna use my pseudo powers here just to say that this was for entertainment and information purposes only. Jože is not a certified financial advisor. Do not take this as financial advice.
Thank
just
you.
Covering for you.
It's true. Yeah.
The other thing that I want to say is, because again, finances are a tricky subject, is when someone says only spend the money that you're willing to lose, if you don't have a good idea what that is, this is the amount of money that you give to a homeless person or someone when you pass the street. This is the amount you're willing to lose. So you don't play with more than you just give out to random people. Technical, what he just talked about is technical analysis. If you look at the papers, economic research, I haven't seen a single paper to prove that technical analysis actually work. So don't do this for the money, do it for the fun. For the gamble, fine, don't do it for the money. If you want to do it for the money, there's a go listen to Rational Reminder podcast to learn how to do trading for the money, because technical analysis provenly does not work. Link is in the chat. Sorry to inject like this, but again, finances are tricky. I don't want someone 2 years down the road blaming us for losing his house or something, because these things do happen. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up now.
Just buy ETFs, right?
Yeah, thank you, Nate. I was showing my example, losing all the money. I wasn't losing much. I was losing much, but it's gambling.
Right, we had one question from Matitz. How does the backtesting distinguish the money made from trades compared to just holding the stocks, I guess?
Oh, I don't get the question. It proposed this testing. It goes that you invest always all of the money and then hold in stocks and then sell this amount. So when is buy and hold for this period that this program you are testing is doing. Is it the answer?
So this means
I can explain. So, for example, you had some investment done in the beginning, and you do some trades. But while you do trading, the money, the price can go up on its own. So even if you don't do any trades, you can then at the end have more when you sell back. And how does it then distinguish this difference that you actually made due to trading, not just due to not doing anything?
Yeah, it's like a stock, how it's called, these funds that are actively managed, but not much are doing better than if you would just buy and hold an index of stocks. So here you, with these strategies that are these here on this library is really already there available. You test and if you then follow how much if you would just buy this stock in this period, you compare it then directly. But trading strategy is going if you are buying this like this strategy suggest, and you test it this way.
Okay, thanks.
all right, cool.
Just another one. Yeah, so another question I had was just if you could share the details, what happened with your trading bot when the really bad trades happened. If there is anything funny to share here.
You mean my experience with the trading bot and then with manually trading. I was there you have they actually don't guarantee, and then they say you get the this bot and you get in the education, and then you can manually tweak it according to your preferences. But if you I was more to learn how this all function about. I was new to forex. I just wanted to see some trades and to see what is happening. So I'm data analyst, and I want to see what is going on. And if you have that much amount of money, you have to do it really conservatively and do with small risks only. It's limited trades, and yeah, I wanted to see how it's functioning, so I set it more aggressively. And when on the market trade goes and it turns around, it's lost. And this all of these brokers have like security that then when you would be losing, making negative, they all sell out. So this what happened in my manual, and with this bot, trading bot, I have set that 50% of my equity is limit. So when it was reached so much loss, it closed all the trades that was open. So this was one security measure in this trading bot, and yeah, that's what it do.
Thanks.